Hey Noville fans, and welcome to Cooking with Dad Before He's Dead. And we're going to try something new with this Burger Master burger patty shaping device that I received for one of my birthdays last year. I can't remember which day it was. Maybe I'll let you know and link the video to that for you. But I'm going to try that out. I've got 4 pounds of ground beef. I've got some seasonings. I got a burger making device. Let me show you how to make it. So this burger recipe is totally different from what I normally do with hamburgers. Just because of the fact that I'm using this burger making device, I don't want it to be the same as whatever my recipe is. So this is just a standard recipe that I'm making up right now. There's another burger recipe that I do that I'll show you later on, maybe throughout this summer, of what it is. But this is just plain Jane as what's coming into my head for what I want for hamburgers tonight. So the first thing I'm going to put in there is some Dale steak seasoning. And you're thinking, dang it, Tim, you sure do use Dale steak seasoning a lot. I do. Being from Alabama, I grew up with this stuff. And I'll tell you that my blood is O positive. Positive meaning Dale steak seasoning. So it's O plus Dale steak seasoning. That's my blood type. With this, I'm going to put maybe just about 2 to 3 tablespoonfuls of it in there with the meat. And then I got some of this rub from one of my Grill Masters box. It's called Primetime Buttery Beef Rub. Now let's get the dirty part done and combine all the seasonings. So I think I've got that pretty well incorporated. You'll notice I didn't add any salt. The purpose of that is because the Dale steak seasoning will have enough salt, I believe. If you want to add some more salt, you can, or you can. So I think I've got that pretty well incorporated. You'll notice I didn't add any salt. The purpose of that is because the Dale steak seasoning will have enough salt, I believe. Now we got that done, let's go to step 2 and use this little molding device. So let's go ahead and slop some patties in there. And there's 2 sides of this. There's the bottom side, which is this. It says bottom tray. And this is the top tray. And it's got the ridges on there to maybe cut the burgers into the shape. So let's go ahead and just get some burger. Plop it in there. And level it out. This is my first time using this. So we're going to figure this out together. Because I have no idea what to expect. Besides just shaping the patties in there. And see how this goes. All right, that looks cute. Now let's see how this pressing device here is going to press properly. So I guess you're supposed to just line it up and press it on there. And it makes little fart noises. Awesome. Yeah, it makes fart noises because it's got air trapped into it. So I got it on. I am pressing. Hopefully enough to get the silicone sides in there to maybe trim the burgers like it's supposed to. Alright, let's reveal what it looks like. Well, isn't that cute? It made 8 patties on there. It sure did. Now, let's see if we can take these out without causing too much of a fuss. Well, isn't that cute? That's what it makes. So these are supposed to be 1/3 of a pound, I believe, a piece. That's a pretty good sized burger. Yeah, maybe need to just take a knife and run it down to the bottom just so it cuts it properly. But really, not that bad. It seems to have worked pretty decently for the most part. All right, so there's 8 beautiful looking patties from this device. I'm gonna make the rest of them and we'll take you out to the grill and let's get them cooked. All right, so nothing special here, folks. Just putting the burgers on the grill. Let's see how they come out. Let it ride. So now let's just build our burger, and here's what I like to do. A bit of mustard on both sides. I got some Whataburger spicy ketchup, just because they're the best on both sides. Let's go with a little bit of onion. Yeah. Let's go with a nice slice of tomato. Oh yeah. Let's go with a piece of lettuce. Oh yeah. And place our patty right on top. Oh yeah. No pickles on this one, maybe on the next one. But there it is. Not too shabby. Not too shabby with the burger size and how it fits. And just like that, you got your burger made up. So now let's go ahead and give this thing a bite. And for a 1/3 pound burger, it is pretty thick. So kudos to that as it's being made. Let's give it a taste. All the seasonings that was put in that burger, you can taste it. It's fantastic. And not too much of really this or that. It was pretty good. Again, no salt really necessary for this one because that Dale's put enough salt in there for you. But give this burger a try. And I'm sure you're not going to be able to find that beef rub. If you do, find it. If not, throw something together with your own stuff. Like I said, that's what this was just a throw together that I just developed on the spot. Minus the Dale's. I always put Dale's in my burgers, and I put it on pretty much anything that's meat required on the grill. Trust me, I'm a Dale's fanatic. But give it a shot, and hopefully your next burgers on the barbecue will be just as good as these are. See you on the next one. Toodles. That's good.